This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys hold their own, 6-2 over their last 8. His counterpart on the Packers sideline, Matt LaFleur. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one.
Yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
Now in his 3rd season as the guy in Green Bay, and he's thrown for at least 25 touchdowns in each of the last 2 years. He and his team believe they are due for a deep playoff run as long as he stays healthy and is piloting the offense.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 22 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Off the option, here's Jacobs.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The Packers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
Throwing. Love. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
The kick by McManus is good. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Got a man, that's Legette.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Those defense for the Packers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A running play. It's Dowdle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They run again with Dowdle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Darnell Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. 2nd down and 6 now, as they've got it as we resume action. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Love. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards, first down, Packers. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Big Derek Brown making the stop. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Jacobs going to try the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Love.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Love. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
They'll find McMillan here.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Pushing through the contact. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They run here with Dowdle.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On
fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Love now. They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
To throw now. Here's Love. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Love looking to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Four receivers split out here. It's 3rd and 8. Going back to Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Powering forward.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
On 2nd and goal, Love.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hanson at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Hope you all had a happy and safe Halloween. Thanks to those of you who dressed up as the Octobox or the Witching Hour for the holiday. But the calendar now reads November, so let's get into the highlights. Our look around the NFL starts now. Down at Hard Rock Stadium, it's the Dolphins at home to take on the Baltimore Ravens. And it's the two-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. He'll look for his veteran tight end, Mark Andrews, touchdown. From there, why don't we go out to the Space City of Houston, looking in on the Texans as they host the Denver Broncos. And it's the second-year quarterback, Bo Nix. One of 2 touchdown passes for him in this first half. This game's at halftime, and it's the Broncos have the lead in a game where both teams come in on a winning streak, so something's got to give. Lastly, let's go to MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And this is Christian McCaffrey. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. A look now at the rest of the scores around the NFL as we reach the halfway point of the regular season. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters, a 1-point game at the half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
A nice little juke. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll look to throw here on first down. Pass caught. That's Golden. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that would be one of this game's biggest stops.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Nick Scorton in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the run, it's Dowdle.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Following the interception, Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Love.
Finds his receiver, Watson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. Right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17.
To the left side, he's got McMillan.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
87 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Love. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Running right through him. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And powering through at the 35. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Love will sneak it.
And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Josh Jacobs, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for two. Love throwing for it. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone for two. And this game now tied here in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. 2nd and 14. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They're going to look to throw. Finding Washington. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one behind his receiver and incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been the focal point of this offense. And when you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably add that the offensive line play has also been stellar. And that's definitely been the case here.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now Love. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
2nd and 1. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. Conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown the other way, but they can certainly get a leg up with a solid drive here.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Glove. Short throw. He's got Kraft.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Now Love.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here's Love.
That's taken in by Golden. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Caught on the right side, Reed. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Love looking to throw it. A throw left side. It's hauled in by Golden. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Love now. That'll be caught right side by Reed. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 24.
163 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
And it is caught.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. I got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Love looking to throw it.
This will be caught just inside the 10.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Love. They'll try and do this. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
Tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Return.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got this down to the 35.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I like what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ballgame. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him and ended it that way.
So for the Packers, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.